Hey, what's up, guys? Here we are again, turning dog turds into diamonds, here with AFC Rushden and Diamonds, and we're back for the season finale. And I've come back. We've only played a few games since the last time you were here, but I've come back with 4 games to spare because, in theory, we could win the league title here today at home against Bromsgrove Sporting. We are 7 points clear of Banbury. They are playing at home against 5th place Tamworth, so we've both got pretty tough games. But if results do go our way, we can wrap up the league title today, which I wanted to be here for that, just so we could see the trophy lift. I'm pretty confident now with a 7-point gap and 4 games to spare. I'm pretty confident that we are going to do it. So what I wanted to do was just be with you for the end of the title winning game, whichever that might turn out to be. And then in the second part of today's episode, we will then play our playoff game to end the season and see which league we are going to be in next season. If we are going to continue in the English Southern League Premier Central Division, or if we will be going up to the Vanarama North or South. Now, before we get into today's game, let's have a look at how things have been going since you were last here. So we beat Nuneaton Borough 4-0 after losing to Peterborough Sports on penalties in the Southern League Cup semi-final. Since then, we have won 4 games, which has been very, very pleasing. First of all, we got a little bit of revenge on Barwell, the bottom place team who are being relegated and who beat us in the away game earlier on in the season. We went in a bit too overconfident. I didn't really adapt to their formation as I should have. In this game, I did that, although you can't see it here. If we look at Barwell's formation, they play with those 2 number 10s behind the striker. Very, very difficult to deal with. Stevens in particular, although he only got a 6.2 here, Stevens in particular is very, very dangerous, and it was him that really did the damage in the away game against Barwell. But here we dropped King James back into a defensive midfield position to deal with those players, and we also had Stott coming across from left back to mark Stevens, and that really gave us control of this game. Although in the end it was a late win, we did manage to get control of the game here. We went 1-0 down after 48 minutes, which, as you can see, was well against the run of play. We were the better team, and Jack Brown then got the equaliser before Thomas Hughes wrapped up the win. So we were back to winning ways, back to getting goals. We created a lot again, and what I did, I carried on with the same strategy as we had in place for Nuneaton Borough after losing to Peterborough Sports. We stopped looking for the ball in behind. I think teams were dropping very deep against us, and the ball in behind was not really working. They were playing very compact, very deep. So we stopped looking for that ball in behind, and we have stopped trying to play out from defence. That is something I would like to get back to, but for now I'm happy to just go a little bit more direct into the midfield and then be looking to play into feet and use the ability that our players have got in and around the box to create the chances. And that really seems to have worked. So a good win here against Barwell, just to really keep the goals flowing. And we then went away to Tamworth, again, the 5th place team, and we had another good performance here. It was pretty close. I mean, they had 44% of the possession. They had 7 shots on target. But we did get there in the end. And again, we went 1-0 down. Taylor has performed very well against us during this season, their striker. But at last, after 1 goal in 8 games, Demalio Brown Sterling pops up here with both goals to win it for us. Really, really pleased to see him get back on the score sheet. He was exceptional in this game. He made the difference. Jamie O'Hara and Jay Williams with the assists in this one. So we kept our winning streak going. 3 wins on the bounce, which was very, very nice. upward as our central defender has been very, very good. You can see a 7.13 rating, the 31-year-old. I've bought him thinking about next season as being a dominant centre-back for next season if we go up. But he has been a really, really welcome addition so far at the end of this season. And you may have seen something that I haven't commented on yet, but we will speak about that in a minute. We then played Farsley at home. They're in mid-table. They're a decent side. But here we just really played them off the park. You can see we were 3-0 up before they got a consolation goal in the 89th minute. Another brace for Demalio Brown-Sterling. Hopefully that is him back on form now, back in the rhythm. And Thomas Hughes gets another goal. Now, a quick mention for Thomas Hughes. He has been absolutely exceptional. He now has 29 goals and 14 assists for the season in 40 appearances. He's going to get his 30 goals. A 30-goal debut season as a professional for Thomas Hughes, or as an AFC Rushden Diamonds player. I think he's had a couple of loans. You can see he went on loan to Leiston and also to Bury Town. So he has played a few games. Also Lowestoft. He's played a few games, but this has been his big breakout season, and he's been absolutely sensational. I wonder if Ipswich maybe regret letting him go a little bit, although he is obviously playing a much lower level with us. But he has been, for me, without question, the signing of the season. And we then went away to Leiston. We got a nice 2-0 win here. Leiston are struggling down the bottom of the table as well. Another goal for Demalio Brown-Sterling before Jack Brown then popped up with a goal. Jack Brown with a goal and an assist in this one. Another dominant performance. And Jack Brown now has in the league 14 goals and 10 assists in all competitions, 18 goals and 15 assists. If he gets one more league goal or assist this season, which I really hope he does, he will get his £1,000 bonus for 25 goal involvements in the season. And you'll remember that last season we dropped him for the team on the final day to avoid having to pay out that £1,000 bonus. Well, he is going to get it this season, I have no doubt. Another fantastic season for Jack Brown, and hopefully he can be one of our difference makers to ensure that we are playing Vanarama North or South next season. Now, what I didn't speak about was, I believe it was here against Barwell, was you might have seen here a little red card there. This is another new signing. You may be asking, why on earth do I need to be still signing players? I'm way over the wage budget. Well, this is another one. I'm going to justify it this way. This is another one that I'm thinking about next season when I made this signing, okay? Because we've got a few players leaving and we've got a higher wage budget predicted for next season. Right now, we are below committed spending for next season. So in that way, I can bring in new signings, and I'm still going to be, although I'm over this season's wage budget, it's already predicted that we'll be below the wage budget for next season. So I can make these signings, and we've got Liam O'Neill in, 29 years old, and if we look here, he has been playing for Cambridge United. He has been playing League One and League Two football throughout his entire career. Started off at West Brom, I believe it was. So he started off at Histon, actually, and then went to West Brom. He then had a couple of loans before he ended up at Chesterfield and then at Cambridge United. He has got years of Football League experience. So this is a player without question good enough to do it for us in the Vanarama North and South, and maybe all the way towards league football. Who knows? But you can see here, technically pretty decent. Again, nothing exceptional, but lots of 10s in his marking, passing, and tackling, which makes him a fantastic defensive midfielder. And also he's got those long throws, which is handy to have. In terms of his mentals, that's where his real strength lies. 13 teamwork, 11 work rate, 14 determination, 12 bravery, 11 aggression, 11 concentration. He's absolutely fantastic for our level in that defensive midfield role. And he's also, with his 11 strength and 10 balance, 11 natural fitness, 12 stamina, he's a decent athlete as well. And if we just compare him to our captain, King James, we have a look here, and you can see by the polygon there, he is probably the better player. If we look here, technically they're rated even. I think in the things you want from a defensive midfielder, he's a little bit better than King James. Mentally, he is the better player. Mentally, he's the better player. And athletically, again, they're rated about the same. So I think Liam O'Neill becomes our defensive midfielder next season, hopefully in a higher division, or at the very least gives us competition for places there where we can change him and King James in and out and the team doesn't lose anything. So I thought it was a very good deal in terms of his contract. Only £140 a game. It's on a non-contract, so there's no increase if we go up. I just think it made a lot of sense to bring Liam O'Neill in. Unfortunately, as you can see, he has only played one game, and that's because this game against Barwell was his debut. He came off the bench in the 74th minute and was sent off in the 77th minute. So not the most sparkling of debuts, but we've got him for the long term. So we're not gonna worry too much about that sending off. But yeah, it was a little bit disappointing. So he had a 3-game ban. He hasn't been able to play any of the previous games, but he does come back into the squad for today's match. And here against Bromgrove Sporting, we are going to be playing. You can see this is the team. We've also got for this game Williams and Stott are both suspended. So with those two suspended, we have got to make defensive changes. Callum Ferry will continue in goal, obviously firmly established as the number one now. Jim Fenlon starts at right back. Sam Warburton comes back in at left back. No problem with those two coming in. Absolutely fantastic. And Matt Richardson and Ryan Upwood are our new defensive or central defensive partnership, as I struggle with my words today. Calum Hazeman is the man in midfield. He is our best midfielder, all-round midfielder. King James, the captain, in the ball-winning midfielder role, with Jamie O'Hara as the deep line playmaker. And then our forward three, Jack Brown behind Demalio Brown-Sterling, now so he did have 1 in 8. He now has 6 in 11, I think. So he is going great guns again. And Thomas Hughes, obviously partnering him up front. Thomas Hughes, what a player. So we're going to go forward and get into this game. Again, I'm gonna run this game as if we are having a live commentary match. But what I will actually do, depending on how Banbury go in their game, you might end up not seeing any of this. So what I'm planning to do is just come back at the end of the important game where we're wrapping up the title, and then we will go forward to the playoff to finish this episode. So I'm going to get into this, and you might see this game, you might not see this game. So here we are. We just finished up against Bromsgrove Sporting. We've got a really comfortable 3-0 win. Demalio Brown-Sterling with 2. Ryan Upwood with his first goal for the club, heading in from a Jamie O'Hara corner. Jack Brown has not got his £1,000 goal or assist bonus so far. But the big story here, I mean, we dominated the game, won 3-0 very easily. But Demalio Brown-Sterling could have had 4 or 5 goals in this game. He missed a hatful of chances, but still got 2. So he's up to 42 for the season, which is very nice. but we are now basically champions. Banbury have just drawn 2-2. You can see a 93rd minute equaliser stopped us from being crowned champions today. We've got to go to next week, but we are basically champions. We need a point from the next game. There is no way they would beat us on goal difference anyway. So even if we lose the last 3, we'll still be crowned champions. I would love to see us get 99 points to finish the season. That would be awesome. So we move forward now. I'm going to go forward the next 7 days. Send my assistant to do the press conference. I'm going to move forward the next 7 days. We will see you for Biggleswade Town away. I'm going to be disappointed to receive the trophy away from home, but yeah, that's the way it's turned out. So got to be pleased that Demalia Brown-Sterling is back on form. He's now got 7 goals in his last 4 games. Very, very pleased with that. You can see 42 in 48 for the season. Absolutely phenomenal from our top scorer. So we will see you guys in 7 days' time for Biggleswade Town away. I'm pretty sure we are going to be wrapping up the league in that game anyway. So yeah, see you back in just a little while. Welcome back. Okay, we are ready here to get into our game against Biggleswade Town. Again, you might not see any of it until the last portion of the game. I think we can definitely wrap the title up today. Banbury would have to win, and they're away at Farsley, so a tough game there. And I think we have the easier game against Biggleswade Town. I think we'll get it wrapped up here. So hopefully we will see you back for the last few minutes of this game for the trophy presentation. But before I do, I've got a little confession to make. I bought another player. I got another player in. I couldn't resist. But again, I'm going to justify it by saying that this is one for next season. And I absolutely could not let this pass by. This guy is incredible. Meet Omar Sowunmi. He is a 27-year-old central defender. Look at this. He is 6'7" with 13 heading and 15 jumping reach. He is a man mountain. We are going to have for next season the Twin Towers at the back. You can see this season he has been playing for Bromley in the Vanarama National League, but before that, the majority of his professional experience has been playing League 2 at Yeovil and Colchester. He is another product of the Ipswich Academy, like Thomas Hughes. They produce some really good players, Ipswich. But he is fantastic. And if I compare him with the defender that I still haven't offered a new contract to for next season, Matt Richardson, you can see here that I think Sowunmi does clearly look the better player. They have an equal rating for technical ability. Supposedly Matt Richardson is better mentally. Yeah, he probably is just about. And then supposedly they are the same on the physicals. But I think that 15 jumping reach and 15 strength for Sowunmi is absolutely incredible. Then when you look at his 13 aggression, 10 positioning, 11 teamwork, he maybe lacks a little bit on the concentration and decisions, the composure as well. But his 13 heading and 11 marking and tackling is just so attractive. So I think Sowunmi, and at 6'7", and then the 6'3" Ryan Upwood, these Twin Towers are going to be absolutely incredible next season. What a centre-back partnership. I've still got to decide if I offer Richardson a new contract for next season. You can see he's wanted by a whole host of really, really good clubs for our level, of course. And also, Kalen Hazeman is now wanted by Rochdale, who are, I'm pretty sure Rochdale are in the Football League, right? I think this kid, he can save us from our financial situation. You can see he's worth up to 75,000 apparently. Still got a year to go on his contract. If somebody wants him, I really feel like, so they're in League One. They are League One. Are they going to get relegated this season? 17th in League One. Let's have a look. So Rochdale have survived. Yeah, comfortably. So they've, well, by 3 points. So Rochdale have survived. I think if they want him, I'm going to ask the full amount to pay off our debts. Yeah, I think I would want maybe double what his value is. Try and get 150,000 for him. We're now nearly 140,000 in debt, and our committed spending is now, with the signing of Sowunmi, is a little bit over our wage budget, but is still well below next season's wage budget. So I felt I could do it. I wanted to get that deal done. I think we're going to have a fantastic defence next season. If Jamie Stott stays as the left back, Jay Williams, fantastic right back, certainly good enough for the next level up. And with Ryan Upwood and Sowunmi, and just perhaps Richardson as well if I keep him, I think we're going to have an amazing defence. But anyway, before we go on to next season, we've still got to sort this season out. We've still got to wrap up the league here and then win our playoff to assure ourselves of Vanarama North or South football next season. So we go into the game. It's the same team as played last week. We've got Williams and Stott along. Well, sorry, it's not the same team because Williams and Stott are back from suspension. We've then got Upwood and Richardson, the centre-backs, Ferry in goal. James, Hazeman and O'Hara. And Jamie O'Hara, I didn't realise until I saw the stats. He has got 15 assists this season because he has been on set pieces. He's got 15 assists, the same as Hughes and Brown. So those three are locked in a battle to set the new assist record. Absolutely incredible. And it is, of course, then Brown, Hughes and Brown Sterling up front. So let's get into this game. Biggleswade Town, 12th in the league. They play 4-4-2, which we absolutely love playing against. So I think we've got to be big favourites here. We want to wrap up the league title. We're going to get into this. We're not going to watch the whole game, but we will be back for the last kind of 15 minutes if we are in a situation where we can see the league title and the trophy presentation in sight. So I'm going to get the players motivated here, and I will see you back in just a little while. Well, here we are. We're 1-0 up away at Biggleswade. They have just had a goal disallowed. You can see Demalio Brown Sterling put us ahead in the 20th minute, and Banbury are losing 3-1 away at Farsley. They've started to drop off since we beat them. So it looks like we are going to wrap the league up here. I'm just going to make a couple of changes just with some of our players a little bit tired. We're going to bring off Hazeman. We're going to give Liam O'Neill a little bit more game time as he searches for fitness. So I think, can he play Carrilero? Yeah, just about. And I think we'll make him a ball winning on support just to keep with what he's good at. And we are going to bring on Sowunmi for his debut, his league debut, to pick up a winner's medal. And I think we'll just make a change for Jamie. We'll make a change for Jamie Stott as well. He's a little bit tired and he's on a booking. Jim Fenlon to come on for the last few minutes. And a little bit disappointed not to win it at home, but we are going to pick up the league championship trophy on Biggleswade's ground here as they get in through Neil, and he's blasted one over the bar. He's had a couple of chances for them, maybe been a little bit fortunate as they now get a free kick, a good stop, and put out for a corner. But they're making us work for it for sure. We do only need a point, but I really want those 99 points to finish the season. And that's headed away, and now O'Neill doesn't get the chance to break on the highlight. And we are going to run out 1-0 winners. A little bit nervy, not the the most emphatic of performances, and I was wondering how they were going to fit all the name of the league on the banners here, and they actually haven't done that. We've just got Southern Premier Central. But we lift the trophy in front of hardly any fans. But I really don't care. We are the champions. King James lifts the league trophy. The fans that are in the stands there, completely static, not interested. And our wonderful red jacket, red shoes, yellow tie, blue shirt and trousers. We've picked up our first trophy as AFC Rushden and Diamonds manager, hopefully the first of many. A really good performance, fitting that Demalia Brown-Sterling should get the goal. And Jamie O'Hara, Jack Brown and Thomas Hughes are still all waiting to break that assist record. Thomas Hughes still waiting for his 30th goal of the season as well. Hopefully he can get that in the next 2 games and get over that milestone. So there we are. We are champions. We're not going to hang around to see the last 2 league games of the season. We will be back for that final playoff match when we've finished playing Peterborough Sports away. We will then know who we've got in the playoffs. And you can see Peterborough Sports are 4 points behind St Neots in the race to stay up, so they might even be relegated by then. Nuneaton Borough now occupying the third spot to get into the playoffs, but Bromsgrove with a game in hand. I still think Bromsgrove Sporting will get in there again. But we are now champions. Just that target of reaching 99 points. And well, there we are. We are champions, but the job is not done yet. It is not over. I will see you guys back in about 3 weeks' time for in game, of course. 3 weeks' time in game to see how we go in our playoff match to seal promotion.